Hello everybody, and welcome to Thoughts On, my unscripted series when something just kind of comes out and I feel like talking about it. And this time we're going to be talking about the Super Mario Maker 2 Direct. Yes, the one from like a couple weeks ago. I meant to make this video like when it first happened, but yeah, I just didn't because life, I just haven't had time to like sit down and actually talk about it. So, I have a lot of notes, so without further ado, let's get right into it. So, the first thing that I really like about what they showed is that it seems like that everything from the first Mario Maker is carrying over into this game, which is which I was afraid that they were going to take some stuff out, because honestly, everything in the first Mario Maker, like, I really enjoyed. There really wasn't anything about the first Mario Maker that I was like, oh, they should fucking get rid of that. Oh, they should do this. They should do, like, you know, I thought the game was perfect the way it was. So I'm happy to see that they carried everything over and just added stuff. Like, it's more of, like, a mega expansion pack rather than, like, just a totally different game. So, going to the things they did add, the first thing was slopes. Slopes were so much of, like, a non-thought to me when it came to Mario Maker, that when they pointed out that it was new, I didn't realize that it wasn't in the first game. So, I mean, it's good that they're there, and it's cool that you can, like, switch, like, the kind of slope, like, steep, medium, gentle, whatever. But, like, I didn't even realize that slopes weren't in the first game. They added the Angry Sun, which is probably going to plague my existence when it comes to playing levels online. Because you know that we're doing a Mario Maker 2 playthrough on this channel once that game comes out, and we do want your levels. Snake Blocks is a good addition, but the next addition is one that I'm mad interested in because it seems very versatile, and it makes me think of, like, all the possibilities when it comes to levels and level design that people will be able to do with on-off switches. Literally just the most simple concept. So many possibilities, especially since it, you know, they're not limiting on-off switch to, like, just one thing. Like, it's literally, it can be given to, like, a specific item of your choice. Like, you know, like blocks, or they showed, like, the tracks. And then, you know, what we're gonna get into later, it's also with some of the obstacles. So that's really cool. Like, I can't wait to see what people come up with when it comes to that. Seesaws is a cool addition. Just makes traveling on a track much harder. The swinging claw, which is like well, I think the seesaw is too, but the swinging claw and the seesaw are entirely new. Like, they haven't been in an actual, like, Mario game before. I think the swinging claw is kind of cool. And again, I'm interested to see what people are gonna be, like, will be able to come up with using, like, these new gameplay mechanics. The water level is something that was really cool. I think that it's cool that it's not, like, fixed either. Like, you can, like, make it go up and down in whatever intervals. Same thing with the custom scroll. The custom scroll, it was in, like, the scrolling option was in the first Mario Maker, but it was very limited. It was like, you know, you can only have it go from left to right. You had to pick from, like, I think, like, 2 or 3 speeds, and it would have to stay that speed throughout the whole level, and also the scroll would have to be the whole level, which can be cool. I made a whole level. I think it's in our it's in our Mario Maker playthrough from when we were playing Richard's levels, and then in the final episode, we played my level, called Run, where I literally had, like, a bunch of, like, pinpoint obstacles, that you had to run through, and the scroll was, like, the fastest it could go, and it was actually a pretty tough level, and I'm actually pretty proud of it. But other than that, I like how with the custom scroll, you can have the scroll, like, go up, you can have it go down, you can have left, right, you could have it go one speed in this section, one speed the next section, and, you know, you don't have to be limited to, having to scroll through the whole level. The vertical sub areas is cool, that you can have it scroll upward. That was pretty cool. Scroll stop is awesome for when it comes to, like, secret rooms. Like, people can hide secrets way better now because of the scroll stop, which literally just makes it so that when, you know, you move to, like, the right of the screen doesn't move with you. Again, I didn't realize bonsai bills weren't in the first game, but I'm glad that they're here, and I'm glad that there are homing bonsai bills. And I can't wait for all of the Kaizo bullshit that people are gonna make you go through when it comes to bonsai bills. The dry bone shell is a fucking cool upgrade. You can use it as a fucking boat. You can fucking... Like, it fucking kills me that, like, you could hold down, and it makes you invincible for, like, a little bit. This could create levels where there are situations where you have to do that, or else, like, there's no other way to survive it. That's interesting. And I can't wait for the Kaizo bullshit. In fact, I'm kind of, like, as I'm talking about it right now, I'm kind of, like, formulating this weird idea in my head. Like, what if you can kind of make, like, a rhythm game out of, like, Mario Maker? Where, like, you pressing down on the D-pad with the dry bone shell to make you invincible would be like, you know, pressing it to the beat of the song. Like, you know, the background music of whatever level you're in. And, like, doing that, you know, will get you through whatever death barrier you need to get through. And, you know, you kind of turn into a rhythm game. That's just, like, kind of an idea that I might try to turn into a reality when it comes to when this game comes out. Because I'm definitely going to be making levels. You know, they're not going to be great levels, because I'm not really good at level design. But, you know, I'll definitely do my best. And, you know, I'll post codes on the Twitter account so that you guys can play them. Tell me what you think. The big coins are cool, especially with something that's gonna come later down this list. You know, they're just coins that can give you 10, 30, 50 coins at once. You just add a little extra challenge. Then we have the new sound effects, which is just like a cool little flavor text thing. You know, I really like, you know, some of the funny sound effects in the first Mario Maker, and I hope to God, because they didn't say anything about this, two things when it comes to this: that they keep the custom sound effects option, and they change it so that you can have custom sound effects appear when someone plays your level online. Because I found out the hard way. I made a troll level in the first Mario Maker, where almost every step you took, you heard my voice clip just go, "Hiya!" And, like, it was just a troll level. I called it Hiya. And then when I found out, you know, when I played it, like, at a friend's house, just to show them the level, the sound effects didn't carry over, which, like, defeats the purpose of, like, the whole level. So that's something I'm kind of hoping, is that if they do have custom sound effects, that they'll, like, transfer to when you play it online, because then what's the point other than just for your own personal amusement? Co-op making is something they added in this game that's pretty cool. Like, I think it's a really cool concept that you can create a level together, but I also don't really see people utilizing that much. I feel like a lot of, like, Mario Maker creators are solo creators. I don't know. I could be fucking wrong. People might want to fucking collab. Hell, fucking that might be a whole nother thing on fucking, like, you know, gameplay channels or whatever, is like, oh, me and this person collabed to make a Mario Maker level, and now you guys can play it, or something along those lines. I mean, it's a cool feature, I just don't know how much I personally am going to be using it. The next thing, though, is something that I love. Clear conditions. That is interesting, and I love that that's just a thing. No longer do you have to only, like, complete the levels and that's it. Now, you have... you might have to collect a set amount of coins first. You might have to have a certain power-up, and if you lose it, you might as well just die. Like, I think that's interesting. That is a really good thing that they added. That's something that made me pretty excited, and I thought was really cool. Twisters and Icicles are two other kind of gameplay mechanics, and also conveyor belts, which can also go diagonals. The Twister just being, like, you just travel, and, like, it sucks you in, and you have to kind of, like, jump across, and enemies and coins and items can get sucked in, too. The Icicles fall down from the ceiling, and conveyor belts, you know, just move you along. And the on-off switches can switch what direction it goes. Again, more level possibilities. I like that. You got the Fire Yoshis, parachutes, and Boom Boom, which is really interesting to see, because now you'll get to see him in a Super Mario World setting, and even a Super Mario Brothers setting. Which is interesting, that I didn't think about until just now. I was just... like, oh shit, you'll be able to see Boom Boom in Super Mario World, because he was painfully absent in that game since his... In fact, he was painfully absent since his appearance in Mario 3, because he literally didn't appear again until, like, I think New Super Mario Brothers U? I don't know. It was either that or 3D Land. I'm pretty sure it was 3D Land. But yeah, again, mini bosses... I love, and you know, you get to add Bowser Jr. and Bowser probably still. The next thing they talked about, oh my god, is literally, like, alright, so the first Mario Maker game, like, I wanted it bad, you know, when it was first announced and when it was coming out. I wanted it really bad, but I didn't really rush to get the game. Like, I knew that I wanted it, but I was willing to wait a little bit. Like, I didn't need to buy it, like, right then, day one. This one beat of news is what's making me buy this game day one. Story mode. I think that's fantastic, because I think that is, like, the one thing that the first Mario Maker didn't have that I wish it did. You know, Mario Maker 1 was great in the way of, like, you can create your own levels, and that you can play levels online, and that you can play other people's levels, and you could play other people, you know, people can send you their codes, and you can play their levels and stuff like that. That's great, and that's what made Mario Maker what it was. But what I felt was missing was the single-player experience, and I know Mario Maker isn't meant for the single-player experience, meaning in the way of, like, you know, you have to rely on someone making a level for you to play their level, and vice versa. And that's where you get your gameplay experience. But just you playing, not having to make a level, not having to play someone else's level to play the game, is cool, and is something that I really like, and I think will make Mario Maker 2 ultimately last longer. I think that's what I'm trying to get at here, is that Mario Maker is great on its own, but, you know, it needed something like a story mode to make it last longer. Just as, like, a single-player standpoint, instead of just going online. So, that's great. I love the story of, like, for some reason Princess Peach's castle, like, got destroyed, so now they have to rebuild it by playing Mario Maker levels made by Nintendo. I really like that. I really, really do, and it makes me really excited, and I really want to play it. In fact, probably what's going to end up happening is the first, like, month of uploads of Mario Maker are going to be the story mode, and then, like, from then on, it'll be, like, playing your guys' levels when you send them to us, and, you know, if we don't have, like, a steady income of levels being sent to us, then we'll just play more story mode. Like, again, that's, like, why I like it. Like, you know, we could just do Course World and play, like, the randomly selected levels, but, like, I feel like this would give the LP a lot more structure while we're waiting for levels to be sent to us. Next up, another thing I really liked and I was hoping they would add, new themes. It's not just, you know, underground, above, overworld, water, castle, and I think they added airship later. Now we have desert, snow, forest, and sky, which, great. Love that they're like incorporating not just what's classically known into like Super Mario Brothers, Mario 3, or World. And they're also, I also like how they're taking aspects of each and putting them into it. Because like the desert was in Mario 3, but it wasn't in Mario World. It wasn't in the first Mario game for sure. And it was in the new Super Mario Brothers. But like the snow levels was only in New Super Mario Brothers. Forest was mostly introduced in Mario World. And the sky is just kind of like an aesthetic from the first Mario Brothers that never really got incorporated again. And it's kind of forgotten, I feel. And then the next thing is so fucking cool. Day to night transitions. You can make your levels take place at night instead of just during the day. And there are differences. The differences being that in the ground levels, the Goombas will like float, and enemies will float. Underground will be upside down. The ghost house will have dimmed lights. The sky will have reduced gravity. The desert will have like a sandstorm. The snow will now have ice physics. The forest will have poison waters. And even items will transform. Like they showed like a 1-up mushroom when they went to the night turned into like a poison mushroom. So that's really cool that they did that. The only thing that I'm hoping when it comes to that is that you can turn the nighttime differences off, because I can kind of see people wanting to have the nighttime thing as an aesthetic, and that's it. Not just like personally, like the one that I think would be the worst is I would want the underground nighttime aesthetic, but not be forced to make a level that's upside down. So yeah, I hope that they kind of do that, but I'm not very sure. But that's my hopes for it. The next thing, which I'm going to explain why I'm not as hype as I originally was when they first said it in the Direct. So they introduced a whole new game style, being Super Mario 3D World. Now when they said this, I shat my pants, because what I expected them to tell us was that they were going to have, they were going to let you create 3D Mario levels, which I think would be a fucking fantastic idea. It would be really cool, probably hard to implement, but ultimately I feel like it could work. That's not what the Super Mario 3D World game style is. It is different it is different from all the other styles, but it's not what I was expecting when they first said it. So they added Cat Mario, so you can like climb and do whatever. But the interesting thing that they showed and didn't really cover, I guess, is that there's kind of a 2.5D thing going on here. Like you can climb on walls that are behind you, which I think is cool. And also the other example they showed was the bonsai bills. You can have bonsai bills coming from the side, but you can also have them come from the background, which I thought was really cool. So yeah, it's more of a 2.5D level creator rather than a 3D level creator, which is something that I was hoping they would kind of do, but if they don't, that's fine. Maybe in a Mario Maker 3. Hell, you could call it Mario Maker 3D. I write your ideas, Nintendo. Send me royalties. Then they just talked about Course World, which is mostly the same as the first. I don't know. I don't remember if this was in the first Mario Maker or not. But they give you the option to download courses so that you can play them offline, which is a great idea because obviously it's on a Switch. They know that it's going to be handheld. You're not going to have an internet connection the whole time. But I'm sorry for yawning. It's very late. But I think that's also good for a Let's Player purpose because, you know, you're being sent these levels and you can literally kind of faux make playlists of like, alright, we're gonna play these levels until we're done, and then we're gonna download a bunch of other ones and we'll play those levels, you know? It just keeps it more organized and so you don't have to just constantly be searching on Course World. The other thing, which is cool to me but also scares me, maker points and medals. They didn't really mention the medals really at all, but I saw it there. Don't pretend like I couldn't see that, Nintendo. Essentially, you get maker points by putting levels online, and if people like your levels, you get more maker points. The more maker points you have, I guess, like, the better reputation you have as a Mario level creator. And the medals, I assume, are just, like, achievements. That hurts my little completionist heart, because I'm going to feel compelled to get every single medal, and I definitely am going to try to. I'm not sure if medals will affect maker points. I hope they do, so that you kind of have, like, an incentive to get them. But yeah. I'm sorry. Fuck, man. Why did I do this so late at night? Because I wanted to get it out. Alright. And the last thing that I wrote down, and it was kind of like the last thing that they talked about when it came to Mario Maker 2, is multiplayer levels. You could either play levels co-op or competitive, which I think is a really fucking cool idea. It brings the madness of 3D World / New Super Mario Bros. Wii to Mario Maker. And I don't care what anyone says. A lot of people, I feel, hate, or not really hate, but dislike the multiplayer in, like, the Mario platformers because they feel like it's kind of, like, detrimental to, you know, the playing experience because it's so easy to, like, slip up and, like, fuck over your partner, and even accidentally or on purpose. So people think that's kind of like, it kind of takes away from the Mario game. But I completely disagree. I feel like the multiplayer in those games, like, even when you slip up, it's usually pretty fucking funny. Like, it kind of adds to the experience of, like, oh no, you fucking jumped on me and now I fell down the pit, and the other person's like, haha, loser, peace. And, you know, adding competitive to that makes it even better, because, like, there's just gonna be more of that. So yeah, that's really, I'm pretty sure I covered everything when it came to Mario Maker, what's new, what they're adding, what they are keeping. Other than that, there was a whole other part of the Direct that was about, like, some, like, sale or deal or whatever. I didn't really want to talk about that because it didn't really have anything to do with Mario Maker 2. But they're like, oh, you could buy Mario Maker and Smash and save, like, $10. Whatever, cool. Whatever you want to do. So yeah. Mario Maker 2 looks fucking fantastic. I'm getting it day one. I want to play that story mode. Fucking expect a Let's Play series of it. It's gonna automatically become a big boy. Big boys meaning the ones that are uploaded once every 3 days. Because I really feel like Mario Maker 2 has the potential to get viewership and, like, something that you guys will really enjoy. It's gonna be me and Peter. The first part, hold on, I can tell you when the first part comes out. The first part is going to come out on July 3rd. So watch out, July 3rd, 2019. The first episode of our Mario Maker playthrough. you know, in the day, like, this game comes out the 28th of June, which is like a month from now. If you guys get the game and like make the couple levels and you want to send them to us before July 3rd, you know, tweet at us at GameControllerN, message, like, DM us at Game Controller Network Official on Instagram. Just we have a Facebook page, Game Controller Network. Make sure you go to there, message us in any way, shape, or form on the internet what your level code is, and chances are, if you send us your code quick enough, we'll probably play your level. So I can't wait to play your guys' levels. If you like the video, like it, comment, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. Hit that bell notification if you want to see exactly when we upload. Question of the day. What do you think of Mario Maker 2? What did you think of the Direct? And some of the other stuff that has been coming out about it recently? Put that shit in the comments below. I've been Bottles, and these were my thoughts on Super Mario Maker 2.